Okay. So now we're going to talk about pronouns. Pronouns is a big deal. Lots of pronoun problems you'll see on the PSAT writing section. That would be a great idea. Okay, so let's look at some of these examples here. So remember, a pronoun is a substitute for a noun. Jack woke up in the morning. Jack then went for a run. After Jack ate breakfast and went to work. Work ended, Jack joined his buddies at a local eat for some good time. So, I mean, that's fine, but after a while you could just say, it does. It's actually very poor variety and sense structure, personally, but it's okay. Yeah, you can just put a he, and because it's very implied who we're talking about, so we don't have to mention this guy's name over and over again. Here's another one. The jury members interviewed by the media and gave their individual opinions. So that's fine, because you don't have to say jury members again. And because you're talking about something that's plural, we need a plural pronoun. Of course, this was a possessive pronoun. But then here is an example pronoun, disagreements. Gustavo practices yoga every morning in order to get better at them. Well, yoga is singular, right? So what should it be instead? Yeah. And this is a common mistake a lot of people make. Like, for example, some people say, Atherton and their residents. That's wrong. It should be Atherton and, if you're talking about one city, or Sacred Prep and their students. No, Sacred Prep and its students. Now, if I said Sacred Schools, because, of course, we got the lower, the middle, the pre-K. So then you can say there. Or if you said the city in San Mateo County and their residents, that's fine because it's plural. Yeah, Maddie? Well, no, the city's in San Mateo County. Go ahead. Then you say it's. Because you're talking about as a group. That's if you're talking about individual people. If you're talking about each person, if you use the word each, like each jury member gave his or her opinion, then you can say it that way. And we'll see some examples. These are great questions. All right. So let's go through these together, and then you guys will do the multiple choice questions that follow. So determine the pronoun agrees with the word it is replaced and prepare to explain your reasoning. Fingerprint to smudge all over both the computer monitor and refrigerator door. So we better clean it. Yeah. Yeah, because you're referring to two things. You have the word and in the middle. So you got to say them. The run and track team always wins races because they have no fear of leaving some skin on the pavements. Yeah. Yeah. It's gender equity. We're in the 21st century now. All right. All right. So he or she has. Okay. Okay. That's okay. You make class interesting. Number 3. Varun, why don't you go read number 3 out loud? Okay, what's wrong with that one? Yeah, this is here to trick you. This is kind of a trick. But really, this is what you want to agree with. You want to agree with the laundry detergent. So that should be it. Yeah, that's a good point. That's just a typo. Okay. Marie, do you want to read number 4? So what would you say for that one? Which one? Them. Or wait. Oh, they. Sorry. I was confused too. But they, yeah, they had the pair. Because that's plural. That's plural. Okay, 5. For the cyclists exploring Ireland's western cliffs, every road leading out of the town of Clifton offers, yeah, because you have every actually is singular. Same thing with each. That's a little tricky. So every or each, like every one, each one, that's singular. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so going to do 1 through 5. I'll work on it as well, and then we'll talk about it. The first 3 pretty much all have the same problem. Instead of there, you gotta use its, but we designed it in such a way where you can see it happen different ways. Like here, what we're referring to happens after the pronoun, so regardless of its impact, because we're talking about plastic, so that's why it's a. But then now what we're referring to comes before the pronoun, that the system has flaws is beyond dispute, is beyond dispute. But it's improvements, because you know what the system's improvement, right? And here, we're talking about management, so it should be its again. Even though like people might think management has more than one person. 4 should be there, because when they talk about the latter means the last thing mentioned, which is news reporters. But that's plural, so that's going to be plural. 5 is actually a little bit different. This is doing a pronoun shift. You got to be consistent. So you have the word one. So you need consistency with pronouns. So you have to use one again. People and there, that was okay. That had agreement. So nothing was wrong with D. Okay. Ambiguous pronouns. What does the word ambiguous mean? Yeah, unclear. So it's got to be clear what the pronoun's referring to. Here's a great one. The United States entered into warmer relations with China after its compliance with recent weapons agreements. Well, who is complying? I don't know. Right? It's not clear. Now, it's good you're saying it's if you're talking about one country, but it's not clear. So if we look at all the choices, I'd probably go with C. Sounds a little more clear than D. And E and B solve the same problem as original. So let's try some practice ones here. All right, start the first few. Ethel told Lucy that her pie was wonderful. Wait, is it ambiguous? Yeah. Now, of course, if Ethel's a really conceited and arrogant person, she could say, my pie's wonderful. She's being really nice, and Lucy made the pie. So, again. Yeah, it's true, too. Yeah, like I made a great pie, you should have some. So, must specify. The files arranged by temporary workers were out of order. So he sent them back to the main office. Yeah, we don't know who. Oh, you're right. Sorry. Actually, you're right. My bad. You're right. Yeah, but the thing is that them could refer to files or workers. So, okay. Let's look at number 3. Since they spend a great deal of money on food, lodging, and trinkets, tourists prove to be a great boon to Times Square's businesses. Yeah, because you're talking about the tourists, so it's clear. See, back, again, we had files and temporary workers, so we weren't sure. Here we had Ethel and Lucy, we weren't sure. But here, so it's not ambiguous. It's fine. The Smiths made wonderful cakes, and we were glad we saw them. You're right, actually shouldn't. Yeah, you're right. You have another typo here. So that was ambiguous again. Okay. How about 5? However, once Nora and Alita go to live with their husbands, they have to convert to their ways of living. I'm with you guys on the second there, because or their own ways. 5.
Wait, number 4 was okay?
No, yes, it is ambiguous. That's why I'm by yes.
Oh, yes, yes.
All right, so here we go. Just to wrap this up for today. Go and try the next 5. I'll work on it as well, and then we'll compare. Helen's homework. Okay, that's all right. No, you're not. Just it's dark. All right. So 1C. 2. Larry, Daniel, they're both male, so he could refer to either one. So D. 3. John and father, both male. B. You don't know who needs the book for that reason. 4. They's okay for the first one, but the second they could be a little confusing. So I'll go D on that one. For number 4. And for 5, E's more clear, because they could refer to anti-heroes.